The U.S. Department of Education is the federal agency responsible for setting policies and coordinating the majority of federal assistance to education. Its mission is to promote student achievement and prepare students for global competitiveness while ensuring equal access to education. The department administers a wide range of programs that support both K-12 and post-secondary education. When Congress established the department in 1979, its purposes included ensuring equal educational opportunity for all individuals, complementing the efforts of state and local school systems, private sector organizations, educational institutions, and community groups to improve the quality of education, increasing public, parent, and student involvement in federal education programs, promoting research, evaluation, and the sharing of information to improve the quality of education, enhancing the coordination and management of federal education programs, improving accountability, particularly regarding the disbursement of federal funds. The origins of the Department of Education date back to 1867, when President Andrew Johnson signed legislation to create the first Department of Education. Its primary purpose was to collect data and statistics on schools in the U.S. However, due to concerns over federal control of local schools, it was demoted to an office in 1868. Eventually operating under various agencies, including the U.S. Department of the Interior and the U.S. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare. In the 1950s, federal funding for education began to expand, particularly following the launch of the Soviet Union's Sputnik satellite, which prompted a nationwide push to strengthen science education. The 1960s saw further expansion with President Lyndon Johnson's War on Poverty, leading to the creation of numerous programs to improve education for disadvantaged students. In 1979, Congress passed the Department of Education Organization Act, which combined federal offices to form the current department. By 1980, the department was operational and continued to grow in size and scope. For example, in 1965, the Office of Education, the predecessor to the department, had over 2,100 employees and a budget of $1.5 billion. By 2010, the department had grown to nearly 4,300 employees and a budget of about $60 billion. The department's growth reflects the increasing role of the federal government in education funding and policy. Today, the U.S. Department of Education remains a key player in shaping education policy, managing federal funding, and working to ensure that all students have access to a high-quality education. If the U.S. Department of Education were eliminated, accrediting bodies, organizations that evaluate and approve the quality of educational institutions, would face major changes, particularly regarding federal oversight, recognition, and financial aid eligibility. Here's how it could play out. Loss of federal recognition for accreditation agencies. Currently, the Department of Education recognizes accrediting agencies, ensuring they meet specific standards. Without the Department of Education, there would be no central federal authority overseeing accreditation. Accreditation bodies might self-regulate or seek recognition from alternative organizations, such as state governments or private associations. The Council for Higher Education Accreditation, a non-governmental body, could play a larger role in recognizing accrediting agencies. Impact on federal student aid eligibility. Accreditation is crucial for colleges to receive federal funding, such as Pell Grants and federal student loans. If the Department of Education is eliminated, federal aid programs could also disappear or move to another agency, such as the Treasury or a new education-related entity. If federal student aid disappears entirely, accreditation would become more of a private sector quality assurance tool rather than a gateway to government funding. Accreditation becomes more decentralized. States might develop their own accreditation rules, leading to inconsistency in quality standards across the country. Private accrediting groups could proliferate, but without federal oversight, some might lack credibility, making it harder for employers and students to judge institutional quality. Potential expansion of for-profit and unregulated institutions. Without federal oversight, for-profit colleges and diploma mills might increase as they would no longer need Department of Education approved accreditation to operate. Students might struggle to determine which institutions are legitimate, potentially leading to more cases of fraud. Shift to market-driven accreditation. Employers, professional organizations, and industry groups might take a greater role in evaluating schools, favoring institutions that meet workforce needs rather than traditional academic standards. Some colleges might seek regional or international accreditation instead of U.S.-based recognition. In conclusion, while accreditation would still exist without the Department of Education, its role in ensuring educational quality and linking institutions to federal aid would be significantly weakened or fundamentally changed.